Hey everyone, this is Kit Cabello with Hard Lens Media. This is just something that came fresh from the presses, and right now it's only a matter of time before everyone else starts noticing this on social media. It has to deal with the situation with one famous YouTuber, Vitaly, but not really about Vitaly. It has to deal with his cameraman, better known as Christopher P. Danes, but goes by the alias Slykane. Now, who is Slykane? Well, he was the videographer who was with Vitaly as Vitaly was harassing and abusing and causing much grief and pain and annoyance and, well, breaking a lot of laws in the Philippines. And in turn, he is one of the many nuisance streamers, criminal streamers, that is being made an example of. And I have to say it's rightfully done and rightfully so, because for too long, people like Johnny Somali and Vitaly and everybody else in between have been going to countries like Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, Thailand, wherever, and just being overall nuisance, doing criminal activities and causing pain and suffering and harassing the locals. Now, I believe in standing up against bullies, and content creators like Atty, most notably Legal Mindset, 15 Minutes of Shame, Mist, and a few other channels have been leading the way in exposing these vile scumbag individuals. So what has happened? What went down? Well, according to local news in the Philippines right now, the Undersecretary, I want to get her name right. Let me just get this correct here, and apologies for that. I just want to make sure everything's correct. So the Presidential Communications Office under Undersecretary Attorney Claire Castro has just filed a case of unjust vexation against videographer identified as Christopher Dantes, aka also known as Slykane. Unjust vexation is a criminal offense that refers to actions that disturb, annoy, or upset another person without legitimate reason. So I think it's best that we play this video. Now, this is from a press briefing. I have added the subtitles in there, English, so that everyone can understand it and hear it and see it with yourselves. I also have a local news article that I'll be reading as well. And I also have some other interesting updates to share. So without further ado, since I'm in charge of the ones and twos, let's go ahead and pull up this video here, folks. And as for somebody like Slykane, listen, when you have the executive branch of your country making press briefings about you, your time is up. You're cooked. And sadly, I hope it was worth it for you. I mean, you had somebody visit your country, you filmed them causing pain, harassment, and suffering to your own people, to your own community. I hope whatever Vitaly paid you was worth it. Because stuff like this, when you're being talked about by chief leading officials of your country, you're not beyond cooked. I don't even know what beyond cooked is. You're not even grilled. You're not even charred. But man, you did this to yourself.
Yusek, good morning po. Medyo lilis lang po ng kaunti. Just recently, nagkaroon ng statement si Pangulong Marcos tungkol doon sa Russian-American vlogger na si Vitaly. Any update doon sa nagsisilbing videographer niya, since ang sinasabi din naman ng mga otoridad, meron ding liability yung kanyang videographer. Any update na po tungkol doon?
Tama po kayo, hindi po nagustuhan ng Pangulo ang ginawa na ito na isang Russian vlogger dito pa sa bansa at dito sa ating mga kababayan. Kaya nagkaroon din po, ngayon po ay humaharap sa kaso itong Russian vlogger ng mga kasong unjust vexation, alarms and scandal, theft, and attempted theft. Pero para po dito sa sinasabing videographer or cameraman po, nakasama po ni Vitaly ngayon po ay nasampahan po siya, ayon po sa PNP, nasampahan na po siya ng kaso. Itong si Christopher Dantes, alias Slykane.
Now, again, Slykane, that's his name that he goes by. I want to pause here real quickly, just so you guys have an understanding about Slykane. At least as it stands with his social media, this is his X account, which I've pointed out before. The account doesn't exist. This is his TikTok account. Right now, again, set to private. And then, of course, his Instagram account set to private. But right now, as we're speaking, as I'm covering this, recording this video segment, I am looking at his Kick account, and he is pretty much still streaming, and it is titled Family Passport Taiwan Edition Day 2. No, you heard me correctly. As I'm looking at it now, again, I'm looking at his Kick account, Slykane, verified. Family Passport Taiwan Edition Day 2. He's not even in the Philippines. Now, I don't know who's going to deliver him the news that the fact that the Undersecretary has made this statement, but I dread to be him when he has to step before the authorities. Let's continue on with the rest of the video uninterrupted. Apologies for that, but I just thought I'd just give you guys this update because I'm looking at one side of the monitor right here, and he is in Taiwan. Fascinating. We live in interesting times. Better times, that's debatable. That's debatable indeed. We will live to see man-made horrors.
Nasampahan po siya ng kasong unjust vexation or in relation to RA 10175 and RA 995 at saka po Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act. Yan po ang latest po mula sa PNP.
Just to give us an idea, Yusek, ano po ba yung pwedeng maging kaparusahan doon sa mga kasong naisampa dito kay Christopher?
Sa aking pagkakaalam, unjust vexation malamang po ay mga 30 days na imprisonment or fine. Tignan na lang po natin kung gaano ba ang magiging lalim ng mga ebidensya para malaman din natin at matetermina kung anong klaseng parusa kung sila naman po ay magiging makukonsidered na liable or guilty.
So since nasampahan na siya ng kaso, Yusek, anytime pwede na lumabas yung arrest warrant?
Hindi pa po, kasasampa pa lang po ng kaso. Bibigyan po. Okay, tayo po. Sa administrasyon po ni Pangulong Marcos, ang lahat po ay binibigyan ng karapatang magdepensa. For them to exercise the right to due process. Hindi po ito babalewalain ng pamahalaan, lalong-lalo na po sa pamumuno ni Pangulong Marcos. Importante po ang due process sa mga Pilipino.
So the good news is for Slykane, I guess due process, but as for Vitaly, I believe he is beyond cooked. I don't envy anyone that has to be or that has to live through the prison system in the Philippines. We've seen, I think, a lot of content creators have shown everyone on social media, no matter where you go, on X, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, etc., the living conditions that are inside these said prisons. It is beyond nightmarish, and I think I'm being generous with those terms. I think Legal Mindset has also explained very well. Please be sure to subscribe to his channel and check out his previous content in regards towards Vitaly. As for Slykane, yes, due process, but he's in Taiwan right now. Who's going to tell the Undersecretary?
Next question, Eden San.
And I believe that's about it. So as it stands right now, so Communications Undersecretary, I want to pull up this article here. This is from local news source, Newswatch Plus Philippines. So authorities have filed charges against videographer of Russian content creator Vitaly. By the way, again, Vitaly, I don't think he's going to get help from Trump. He is Russian. And no, I don't think Putin's going to go in there to save him either. Putin, Trump, help me. The answer is no. Continue on. Who is under police custody for harassing locals in his rage-baiting content, the palace said on Friday, April 25th. It is said that Christopher Dante, who goes by the name Slykane, I believe, no, Slykane, sorry, that's a typo right there, has been charged with unjust vexation in relation to the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, RA 10175, the violations of the Anti-Photo Video Voyeurism Act, RA 995. So as it stands, Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro said Dantes may face a 30-day imprisonment or fine depending on the evidence filed against him. Citing Philippine National Police process, Castro said an arrest warrant against Dantes has yet to be released, so that will probably be happening. She also went on to say that, yes, he has a right for due process, but just for everyone to hear this, I am looking at his live stream right now on Kick, and he's been live right now for quite a while with a good portion of viewers watching him. But Family Passport Taiwan Edition, Day 2. And for those of you who don't know, again, the actions of Vitaly, especially being in the Philippines and how he was presenting himself and how he was harassing the people, it's very clear that he's going to be turned into an example so that everyone can see firsthand that these nuisance streamers are not going to be tolerated, that these nuisance streamers are going to be held accountable. People like Vitaly are going to learn lessons very hard. And look, we see what's happening right now in South Korea for people like Johnny Somali, who is desperately trying to remain relevant, but he keeps on digging that hole deeper and deeper for himself as he constantly keeps on live streaming and getting himself in trouble with the authorities. No matter what Johnny's going to be doing, he's not leaving South Korea. And it's good to see that these bullies are being stood up to. It's good to see that people are not tolerating this harassment anymore. It is our social responsibility to make sure that we treat each other with respect. And for those who want to participate and film alongside these nuisance streamers, you face the consequences too. You face the trouble too. And you could run as far as you want. You want to distance yourself as far as you want. People will remember. The internet does not forget. And I think it's long overdue that these in real life streamers who constantly get views and clicks because they want to cause somebody, give somebody a bad day, enough is enough. We here at Hardlands Media salute the Philippines for actually doing the right thing. And yes, while this might seem harsh, this is not free speech. Imagine if that was your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, your daughter, your niece, your cousin that was being harassed by Vitaly. Or either that, imagine if they were dealing with somebody like Johnny Somali or one of his dime store version clones anywhere else in the world. You'd be furious and you'd want accountability. You'd want there to be justice. So we'll see what happens. Again, this is just breaking news, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be further fallout over the weekend for somebody like Slykane. And yes, even right now, as I'm looking at his Kick live stream, Taiwan edition, sooner or later, you got to go home. Sooner or later, you got to face the music. Christopher Dante, you have the entire country now talking about you and your association with Vitaly. In the horrible things category, this is a pretty terrible thing to find yourself in. The best thing you do right now to mitigate any kind of pain is to step up, leave Taiwan, and head on back to the Philippines, because it's only going to get worse. Because right now, again, the charges have been fully filed, but the president of the Philippines was commenting on Vitaly. He did a YouTube reaction video. We talked about it. Legal Mindset talked about it. Atozi talked about it. The whole internet talked about it and what Vitaly was doing. And as I said in the previous video, I'm pretty sure in some form this conversation had to have taken place, either said by the president of the Philippines or somebody in that room. Hey, Vitaly's jumping up and down like a clown there, harassing our citizens. Who's the cameraman? Somebody asked that question. Somebody's still asking that question. And now people are going to be looking.